Welcome to season 3, episode 8 of the A Travel Talk Show. We are a true north, strong and free live broadcast coming to you from our virtual studio tucked away here in backcountry Canada. I am your co-host Greg Girard from the award-winning small town marketing team, ehCanada Marketing Group. My co-host this week on the Experience BC segment of the A Travel Talk Show is author and explorer, Canada adventure seeker Diana Mohrsen. Diana's book, Secret Destinations, is available online. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak a little link here. And for all of you readers and adventure readers out there, you'll be able to take a boo. But maybe, Diana, if you'd be so kind, you could share a little bit about this wonderful book of yours.
Okay. First of all, I'll give you a shot at that. Anyway,
Yeah.
2 years ago, I spent 8 days and went over 4,000 kilometers through Alberta and BC with my camera and my tape recorder. And I just recorded what I was seeing and the wildlife that I saw along the way. Sometimes it rained, sometimes it was gorgeous, sunsets and everything, and just described the trip and the whole adventure. To me, it was an awesome adventure. So, and then I decided to put it into a book because, of course, it was COVID and you couldn't do anything else. So why not?
Excellent. And I put a link up there for all of you adventure wannabes. And you can take a look and click on that link. But don't click now, click after the show because you don't want to miss what's coming up next. Tonight, we are talking about the Malahat Skywalk, located north of Victoria, BC. And we're also going to touch a little bit about near my hometown where I grew up in the Cowichan Valley, about some sea lions and the big population of sea lions that live in the Cowichan Bay. So every Wednesday, for you newbies and under you rockers, we beam out and beam down our adventure travel show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube from our Cobro satellite, which this week is currently being wrapped up for warmth in a couch and sweater, navigating somewhere over my hometown, Duncan, British Columbia, Canada. This is an interactive show. If you haven't figured that out, look now. We have a chat here. Go crazy, talk away, ask questions. Do send us your love. That means you can participate. Just go to our chat room, ask questions, make a comment, join the conversation, pat us on the back, use your Canadian and have fun and enjoy this show. So, Diana, welcome to the show. You're a senior friendly adventurer and you're such an inspiration to us all. This month, you're going to be treating us, or this show, or this month, you're going to be treating us to a visit to a sea lion colony in Cowichan Bay. Maybe you can share a little boot about that, a little boot about that.
Okay. The Cowichan Bay, that area, the salmon come on their return every November, and they're heading back to the rivers into their spawning grounds. And the sea lions have this figured out. And so they're there waiting for them. And I think it's on the government docks. Sea lions just like to get out of the water and rest there. They're huge animals. These are male sea lions. I don't know where the females and the offspring are, but these can weigh, there's stellar sea lions and California sea lions, and they can weigh up to 800 kilos, which is almost 1,800 pounds. They're huge and they're noisy Yes. Yeah.
I getcha. So I'm just going to do a couple shout outs before we take a look at this adventure because I believe our production company, our production studio, a very, very high end, because we go out to billions, Diana, is we're going to show a little video. But first, some shout outs. We have the bro is here, Colin Girard, making some comments in our chat room. Hello to Carrie Horning from Calgary, and a hello to Lisa Muldoon. And as well, Newfoundland is tuning in as well to say hi. And there's a lot of good comments. Keep them coming, people. Keep them coming. So, Diana, I'm going to show off this little video for us. Maybe you can walk us through it here.
Okay. So this is in the this is in the Cowichan Bay, and there they are on the docks, the sea lions sitting there. And you'll see to the right, that one is huge. I didn't even think it was a sea lion at first, but it's eventually moved, but it's immense. Yeah. And maybe, Greg, can you let us hear some of the barking?
Oh, yeah. You know how I like to bark, Diana. So here we go. We're going to do some barking. Music to my ears, I'm telling you. So
It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful area to go to Cowichan Bay, and along the waterfront there, and out of the Fisherman's Wharf, and it's a special place.
Yes, it is. And we were talking when we were in the green room munching out on lobster, Smarties, and Caesars. We were talking about that used to be an area that I hung out at with my bro when we were a little tots. We used to go to Cowichan Bay all the time. So I'm very familiar with the sea lions. But I could tell you from my personal experience, Dan, there seems to be a lot more there than there was previously.
Well, this year, sorry, I've got an eyelash. This year, there weren't as many as I've seen in the past. Last year, there were just, it seemed like hundreds all over the place. There were ones waiting down in the water, waiting to get up. This year, there were only the small group that I showed in this video. So it wasn't a sunny day. It had been raining or overcast. So I thought maybe they didn't want to get out and sun themselves on the wharfs as much. So,
yep. And then that one the one that you pointed out on the left, it was a different color. It was a lighter brown. But I bet you that's like the king one, right? I bet you that's the one that's calling all the shots.
He was big enough to call all the shots for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Diana. So one of the things here is that we're really excited about that we do every week when we come online here to talk Canada and talk our provinces. We bring up we call our bucket list segment. So it's everyone's sort of their novel they built up with all the things that they want to do. And this week, you'd like to talk about a little adventure you went on Vancouver Island, located on the Malahat Highway, another stomping ground, by the way, just north of Victoria, BC, Canada, called the Malahat Skywalk. Now, this bucket list adventure is what we're going to talk about tonight. And I have not done it because it came in after my time when I decided I wanted to be an adult and moved away. You went and you experienced this and you actually had a really good time. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about this Malahat Skywalk, Diana.
Sure, I'd be glad to. It just opened July 1st, 2021. So it's fairly new, and that was in the midst of COVID. So a lot of people didn't go at first. I think we were all staying at home. Anyway, I didn't give it much thought because on the Malahat Highway, there is a pull off on the road that you can look out. You can look out and see quite a bit. And I thought, well, really, what would you see on the skywalk, really? Anyway, and then I decided to try it. Oh my gosh, I would not have missed it for anything. It's awesome. It's everybody should go. That's my opinion now. So it's a sloping walk. So there's no steps whatsoever. So it's great. It's accessible for everyone. And it just slowly the ramp curves up for 10 stories. And at the top, you can see 360 degrees all around. And it's just amazing. You can see the Saanich Inlet, the Gulf Islands. You can see the San Juan Islands down in the States. You can see Mount Baker, the Coast Mountain Range, the Saanich Peninsula, Finlayson Arm, Cowichan Valley. It's just stunning. And I happened to be there on a good day. And there's also, for those that are more adventure seeking than I am, there's a slide that goes down from the top. Once you're up there, you can take it's a 20 meter or 65 foot, however you want to say it, a slide down. and you're down at the bottom, and you can walk back up and do it again as many times as you wish.
Wow.
This is something that was made by it's combination with the Malahat Nation and a company called Aspire by Nature, and they've apparently done the Sea to Sky gondola up in Whistler. So this is just an awesome place. From the gift shop where you start out, it's 2.2 kilometers. It's an elevated walkway from the building, and you go above the forest ground for quite a long walk. There's benches for those that want to take a rest along the way, and then you start the spiral. So from the whole thing and all the way back, it's 2.2 kilometers. So.
Wow. And I believe, and of course our production room, because we pay so many pennies up there to get this all out there. We've got a great little clip that we're going to share with you. And Diana, our gracious host, Diana's going to be able to walk us through it. So here's a clip.
Okay. Okay, this is me I'm on the top of the skywalk now. So I'm with my cell phone walking around the edge trying to show you what the view is like.
Yeah. And look at it. You had a great day.
I had a great day. I mean, look at the water, look at the sky. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Wow. Was it
and
hot out too?
They called for rain that day, but
oh really?
Anyway, fortunately the rain didn't show up. Was it hot out?
Yeah. Was it hot out?
It was a beautiful day. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
No, just a nice, comfortable November temperature, I guess. Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
It's spectacular, right? Yeah. And I think everyone agrees.
And I didn't go all the way around. It would take too long on the video. So.
And that again, across the way from the Malahat, because I don't even really have a clue where it is on the Malahat, but it looks like it's right across the way from Brentwood Bay Ferry. Is that what we're looking at on that other side?
I don't honestly know. I don't honestly know that. Yeah, because you go off into the woods on this elevated walkway, and so you can't see anything from the road. You can't see the spiral building or or anything from the road. So it's when you go down this long walkway, then you see it.
Okay.
But basically, you're 820 feet above sea level when you're at the top of this. There's also a netting at the top that takes part of this floor structure, and you can walk out on the netting if you're brave enough, and look down 10 feet to the bottom, which of course I did. I got 3 steps out onto it. Yeah.
Wow! So I bet how were your knees holding out? Were they shaking? Were your knees shaking?
I didn't stay there very long.
Yeah. Good. Well, we got a lot of good comments. I
wanted to get back to solid ground.
No doubt. Well, hello to Jonathan Gray. Thank you for joining us tonight, Jonathan, on our wonderful podcast here with Diana Mohrsen on Experience BC. Cobro Colin here, stunning. And then we've got Jonathan, Newfoundland, and then Lisa Muldoon. They're all complimenting you on the wonderful views that you've been sharing with us from the Malahat Skywalk. One last question. The Malahat Skywalk, Diana, you might have frozen up there, so I'm hoping you're hearing. If not, anyone that is in the comment or in the chat room, I believe there is a fee to get onto the Malahat Skywalk. And when Diana comes back, we will definitely do it.
I've lost you for a minute there, Greg.
There you're coming. You're coming. I feel it, Diana. I feel the connection. It's coming. We know it's coming because I see a little zero thing going around and around and around. It's making me dizzy. Might be like being on the Malahat Skywalk. standing on that netting. Maybe we're actually doing that experience, and this is how we share things. This is how live we are. We want to share the fright of standing on a net way up in the air by showing you in a video version. What happens is your mind goes blank. That's what happens. You're just awed by it. So here we are on that when Diana comes back. And if she doesn't, we're going to lose viewers because you're going to be stuck with moi. And moi will have to carry the show on. So I'll just wait and we'll continue to go with it for Diana to come back. So now you get the full screen version. Sorry, guys. This is what you get when you're doing a live chat. So we wanted to know, one of the things I'd like to ask our viewers, what is the highest adventure, highest attraction you've ever gone on? Now, that could mean a Malahat Skywalk. That could mean a summit on a hill. That could mean skydiving. That could mean taking a plane across Canada. So, is there anyone out there that has anything that they would like to share and talk about on their sky high adventures to keep us going with that Malahat Skywalk? Diana is back. I knew she'd come back. I knew you couldn't leave us, Diana. I knew it. I was telling everyone what's going on. She'll be back.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed we just had to step out for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. We kept it going out there by asking some people here. So Sonia is asking, where on Vancouver is it located, or how do you get to it? Well, Sonia, Diana, why don't you answer the doc here on her question? How do we get to the Malahat, and also how much is it?
Well, I can tell you the senior rate. I think it was $36, $32. It was in the 30s someplace.
Okay.
And it's more for adults. But my gosh, I thought it would have been worth full price too, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. And it's north of Victoria on the way to Duncan on the main highway there over the Malahat.
Okay. Yeah. It's is it, do you know that, the old pull out on the Malahat where you pull out and there's this big rock feature and you pull out like this and you got a great view? How close is it to that?
If you're coming from Victoria, it's just before that.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's not that bad at all.
No, it's not far from Victoria. I mean, if you live in Victoria or you're there for a couple of days, you could just come that far and you're good. You don't have to go all the way up to the rest of the island, which you'd be missing a lot if you don't. But yeah.
I mean, if any of you travelers want to experience the Girard growing up field, then you need to go a little farther and hit the Cowichan Valley, because that's where the boys grew up, and we've got a lot of good little backcountry ideas there. And I guess it goes to say, just to be safe, that if you are coming, say, from the North Island, once you hit the Cowichan Valley, it's only a hop, skip, and a jump, and you're on that Malahat Skywalk, right, Diana? Oh, we lost her. Yes, Greg, I agree. It's not that far from the Cowichan Valley. Okay, Diana, thank you very much. So we're now off to the next, and Diana's going to be back, I'm sure. And when she does get back, we've got a question that we're going to ask her, a little bit more sort of picking her brain a bit and figuring out on where to go. And we'll see there if she's coming back. And no. So what we were going to ask is the same old thing. You got an adventure you want to brag about that you've been on Vancouver Island? Let's have a discussion. Let's put it up and put it in the chat room, and we'll talk about it. And then as soon as our friend comes back, we will be able to ask her a couple more questions to
back.
go.
Are you still
One
there?
of the things I will. There we are. Okay. Here's my next question for you, you guru. Diana, is there anything that drives? There's a lot of things that drive your adventure streak. We can easily see it by going to that link that we shared in the chat, where they could check your profile out. And you've got a lot of little great adventures there. So how does the Adventure Seeker Travel Club and the Seekers here, and all their support and all their love and all our group hugging on adventures, how does that play a part in your motivation?
Oh, I guess, well, one thing that helps a lot, because I keep seeing all the different types of adventures people go to, including things like restaurants and birding, places where you would see birds and just different things. Playgrounds. I watch Andrea with her playgrounds and her daughter, and just so many different places. But when I get out there with my camera, it's you're very much in the moment, which is supposed to be a good thing in life, is to not worry about everything else. You're just in the moment. So you're there with your camera, looking around, trying to find out what you're going to take a picture of, and you've not seen this before, or you've not seen it on this day. And the scenery is always gorgeous, and then you're just there, and you just start to get into this other world of relaxation, and you're just absolutely there in the moment, taking pictures, totally enjoying it, and feeling totally relaxed and refreshed. So that's why I keep going back out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could have said that better. It is about living life, feeling refreshed, and seeing and hearing and meeting new exciting people that are within your aura, within your karma. I think that's one of the beautiful things about this group. And I've said it every meeting. It's one of the funnest times I have in my week that I look forward to, is hooking up with the seekers and doing these little things where we're online, we're having fun. If there's a blooper, good. Bloopers are good. I mean, they're fun, and that's why we're all here, is to have some fun. So maybe, Diana, before we shut this puppy down, maybe is there anything you'd like to share with our viewers before we let you go?
Oh, don't I don't know. I think in December, I'm probably going to give some suggestions about how to keep the adventure going in December, when we're really, really busy, in January, and the days are short and the weather's cold, and still to get out and do some things. So I think I'm going to talk about that next month.
That's exciting. And that's a thing. No matter what the weather, there's always an adventure to be had. Exactly, right, Diana?
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can follow Diana's adventures, and you can follow all the other seekers. And then we got a class act group here, and you can follow them every day when you go to our Travel Talk community on ehCanadaTravel.com. It's a live feed. It's active. You see what everybody is doing in real time. It's real tourism, and it's real people. Believe it or not, this is very rare in the tourism industry. So every day, every hour, come on in, visit a Travel Talk, see what's going on, what's popular, what restaurants are good, and all the different things that you're able to do. I'm going to even make it really easy for you, is I'm going to stick one of these puppy links here that gets you right to the community, and you can go and take a look. But here's the catch. You can only do it after the show, because we don't want you to go quite yet, because there's a couple more little goodies that we want to share with you, because that's just what we do here. We're just the Canadian goodie basket. That's all we're about. So you too could be an adventure seeker. Join us every month online. We get together, we chat, we laugh, we learn, and you can be that. And it's very easy to do. You just go to the ehCanadaTravel.com, click on the seeker button, and fill out the form. And you might be at our next meeting in January, because in December, it's time for family and friends. So that's what we're doing in December. But we will be back online in our group, in our green room, having lobster, virtual Caesars, and virtual Smarties. And we'll be meeting again. So thank you, Diana, for sitting in as co-host this week. As always, charming, and on the A Travel Talk Show, and sharing a little bit of barking and a little bit of scared of heights. I mean, that's okay. Scared of heights and barking, that goes together. If you're scared of hikes, there's nothing wrong with a good bark. So we're all good there. So Diana will be back in a month with more BC Canada adventures as our co-host on the A Travel Talk Show. And again, thank you to you, our viewers, for you to share the word, spread the word, say, hey, there's this great show online with a whole bunch of crazy Canucks having a good time, sharing adventures. That's our show. And we want you to make sure It's okay. So that was sorry. We are here of a land of please, thank you, and sorry. So here we go. Please share this podcast with your friends. Thank you very much for tuning in. And sorry for the blatant plug, but that's just the way it is here in Canada land. It is the Canadian way is to show Canadian pride and hospitality. The choice is yours, really. Really, it comes down to nothing. You support a polar bear fueled 100% Canadian made travel website, or your option corporate suit and tie wannabe travel experts in their ivory towers. You make the choice. Support the down home, real tourism, real people doing real things, and that's where I would put my money. Remember, you are what you adventure. Our next show will be on Wednesday, December 6th. Not next week because it just happens this month has 5 Wednesdays in it. And when you have 5 Wednesdays, it is a November week holiday from the show. So we've got one of our own little special holidays. The next show will be on December 6th at 7 p.m. New Funland time, which is 2 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Eastern. And at that time, we will have our world renowned Newfoundland seeker Coralie Rennie will be joining us, and she's going to share with us some tips, some bucket lists, and some hacks about the beautiful life of living. And I know, and I'm not going to spoil it for her, but she has some pretty big news to share. But again, mom's the word. We'll get Coralie share that with you. So again, Diane, do you want to say bye before we go?
Sure. Okay. Bye, everyone. See you next month.
Thank you, everyone, for joining in. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. And remember, may the maple leaf be with you. Peace out, Canada. We love you. Take care. And this is the last one before the holidays. Have a great holiday season from all of us here at ehCanada Marketing Group, from every seeker that enjoys us, and for every traveler. May you hug the people you love, hug your friends, hug your family. This is the season to show how important they are. So happy holidays, everyone. We love you and take care. We'll see you in 2024. Real soon. Not yet. We got one more month, but real soon. Okay. Take care, everybody.